Hey, this is Victory1140 from Gentlemen with Controllers here today to give you another quick look. So, the next generation consoles are upon us. The last one to the plate was Microsoft with their Xbox One. With the release of that, we can start talking launch titles. Launch titles have kind of a bad rep. They're either frickin' phenomenally fantabulous and they're the defining moment for that console generation, or they're absolutely abysmally atrocious, and also a defining moment for that console generation, but for the wrong reasons. More often than not, it's usually the latter. But let's not start generalizing here, and let's give this launch set the benefit of the doubt. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Ryse, Son of Rome for the Xbox One. So you play the role of Marius, however you want to pronounce it, a Roman soldier who returns home, spoiler alert, just in time to witness the murder of his entire family. So fueled by vengeance, anger, bloodlust, and a few other complex emotions, he begins his journey to set things right. You know, kind of like another mythical character fueled by vengeance, anger, and a few other complex emotions that goes through a journey to set his wrongs right. It's nothing you really haven't heard before: betrayal, revenge, all that jazz. So, does Ryse look good? Yeah, it does. But then again, that seems to be getting more and more meaningless as time goes on. Games don't need to look 100% realistic in order to be entertaining. I mean, look at Minecraft and Terraria for God's sake. The looks aren't too important. It's the art, style, and the experience you get while looking at it and playing it. That being said, does Ryse have a unique style or anything of its own that it brings to the table? No, not really. You do get a taste of the massive and vast environments a little bit. That does show up every now and then, and you do get the sense that you're actually in a war. It doesn't completely stick you in a closed corridor or anything like that, but there's not too much else going on beyond that. The combat, to me, seems to be the biggest part of this game. It also seems like a cross between Assassin's Creed and God of War. It takes after God of War's quick-time event enemy finishing style, and it takes after Assassin's Creed's counter system. Remember in the older Assassin's Creed games, there wasn't much of a hack-and-slash element to it. It was basically waiting for someone to attack you and then countering that. Yeah, this game has elements of that in it. You can hack and slash, button mash, hold down the attack button for a stronger attack to break the enemy's defense, or you can wait for them to attack you and then counter it. When they initially introduced this game at E3, Crytek received some complaints from fans because the demo seemed like nothing but a series of QuickTime events. In the demo, a button would appear over an enemy's head for every single kill. Soon after E3, Crytek said they reworked the combat system for Ryse for the better. Their solution to people complaining about QuickTime events, you ask? Instead of showing the actual button to hit, the enemy was highlighted in the color of the button. So don't worry, the QuickTime events are still there, they're just more subtle. Take that how you will. Once you bash the enemy's head the appropriate amount of times, you can initiate the execute mode. This is the series of QuickTime events. You go into a slow motion state and unleash a slew of sword swipes, knee drops, and power kicks. Before you give up on the QuickTime events in the execution system, they do serve a purpose. Performing the executions will give you health, a damage boost, more experience, and it'll replenish your focus bar. Focus is simply an adrenaline mode. Enemies slow down, you speed up. Nothing too fancy there. You can choose which to apply your execution to by using the D-pad. So while executions and QuickTime events aren't required, they do help. Now that you're a master fighter, it's time to master the weapons of Ryse. Let's run down the list of weapons in Ryse. Pay attention, because there is going to be a quiz later on. I will test you, and you will get shocked if you get the answers wrong. Are you ready? Here we go. Shield and sword. Did you get all that? Okay, let me go over it one more time. Shield and sword. Congratulations, you are a master of the weaponry of Ryse. Okay, so I kinda lied a little bit. There are other things that you can use, like a pilum, you can think of like a javelin, and a Scorpio, which is a huge, gigantic spear-launching crossbow-looking thing. But your main weapon is the sword. Ryse does have an upgrade system in place. You can get new executions, upgrade your health, focus, XP gain, and a few other things. Nothing too fancy or revolutionary. You can purchase these with experience you earn while fighting, or by purchasing gold using microtransactions. Personally, Ryse loses a lot of my respect for that single move right there. So on a scale from absolutely abysmally atrocious to freaking phenomenally fantabulous, I would give Ryse a meh, leaning towards good. Taking it for what it is, a fun hack-and-slash game with a decent story, it holds up. It can get repetitive since there is a lack of weapons in the story, and the novelty of the executions wears off really quick, and I probably wouldn't have even used the executions had they not been tied to replenishing my stats. I haven't encountered any game-breaking glitches in the story mode, and I actually had fun playing it. And in the end, isn't that what really matters? Once again, I'm Victory1140 from Gentlemen with Controllers. This has been a quick look at Rise, aka Assassin's God of whatever the Roman equivalent of Ares is, Creed.